Hello, my name's Rihanna Tyler, and I'll be reading She Devil by me, obviously. This is the second episode for the podcast, I believe. So, disclaimer: this has a lot of sensitive topics, such as romance that is placed or based off like a child and an infinite entity. So, if you find that weird, then sorry. Alright, I'll start. The loud voices in the suffocating bar room overriding the loud clock beyond the walls of this castle. The castle I was born in and where to stay. I can feel the violins vibrating below my toes, giving my stomach a tingling feeling. The only feeling I've had since I took a breath anywhere else other than this cage made of bricks, then painted over wealth, murder, and greed. The greed of the royals. I, the firstborn of the royal family, yet to become queen of the sick and hungry. Such high priority cannot be held by a child who cannot feel validation without being pressured and crushed until it can fit into a small, shallow hole into the ground. As a child, my expectations were weary. I swore to cure the sick and feed the starving, but as I grew, I then realized I am nothing more than the ruler to set and continue the homicide and corrupt system upon tormented souls. The money we bathe in are nothing more than blood used to excruciate those who cannot afford a fourth wall to forfend thee. As I sit on the throne that my father had once thrived upon, gives me an itchy feeling, as if the devil had tried to scratch my insides, making me bleed, in exchange for my soul to pay for the anguish deeds the greedy had committed. We are nothing more than chemicals, organisms and matter layered on matter, than emotions. Emotions I cannot explain. Emotions I've experienced the night I met the devil herself. A dinner that had been held in this castle to feed the already fed. A mysterious statured woman wearing a blue dazzling dress. At first, I swore had been an angel in blue. Her blue eyes and her lips that caught all sundry. Each clip of her heels makes my heart beat as she dragged her shimmery dress across the polished floor, reflecting her bright, glowing eyes. I could feel her eyes as she wandered across the barroom without issue. The barroom atmosphere suddenly changed, a sinful feeling that had me thrilled. My chest unable to settle down as the glimpses turned into stares. Her stunning facial features, unlike ever I've seen before, bewitched by a woman's charm, which then makes me a fool. I cannot take my mind off her every move. The woman then catches my eyes. She then smiles. The perfect and symmetrical crease of her cheeks makes me go lightheaded. The sudden feeling I had felt at the momentum leaves me stunned. I swore I could see a sudden change of lighting, almost as if all the candles have gotten brighter with each heartbeat. I could feel pounding against my flesh. The woman then walks slowly into the hallway. I then rise out of my throne. For the first time, I felt on a desire to obtain something since my I felt on a desire to obtain something since my early stages of youth. A dress dragging across the floor as I fled in the direction the woman had wandered into. I cannot wait any longer to speak with the woman. Already, I imagined the fantasies of how our conversation would go. I murmured the words. I wonder. Oh, I murmured the words I would say to her, completely liquefying my brain into a puddle of desire. Is this what they call greed? I wonder. Door entering doors. My unsteady breath plummeting my corset as I ran through. No! Is this what they call green? I wonder. Doors entering doors. My unsteady breath plummeting my corset as I ran and saw the woman standing in the garden. I then pause, searching for a reflective object. I then come across a vase as I fix my hair and fluff my dress, wiping off the sweat across my forehead. I then approach the woman slowly as I stride with a tense pulse. As nervous as can be, I stand aside next to the woman, rambling words in my mind what to say next. I then go completely silent. as I sweat more. The awkward situation then becomes uncomfortable. As my brain goes into chaos, the woman then bursts out in laughter. As I turn to the woman, I then find her eyes completely on me. "Quite a talker, aren't you?" she says. I chatter. My plain English then turns into gibberish. "That's delightful. You have quite a way with words, I say." The woman laughs. Silence is then broken by a sudden spark in my heart. I am then swooped up from my feet and taken to an empty room. There is a mirror surrounding me without a single door. The floor then plummets down into a depth I've never seen before. As a depth I've never entered before. I can't even read my own story. Alright, continuing. As I get back from my feet, I can hear music playing from outside the interior. Its loud sensation drives me crazy and bargains my head. The migraine caused by the vibration of the music is painful. The music then settles. Then I feel calm. As I look up, I can see my reflection in a tall woman reaching her arm in my hair. I am then pulled suddenly in a much larger room. I can't recall these very moments as I dance with an unknown entity. It feels warm. As I hold the hand of the shadow laying its thin arm against my skin, I then see a tall blonde woman dancing with me. She swerves me right to left, up to down. Each step she takes barely touches my feet. As we swirl, I can see a dark room getting closer. I then regain my consciousness within my mind and shove myself backwards. The tall woman is gone. I am back at the garden I once stood to find the woman completely gone. I then search the whole castle for the woman to only realize she's furthermore just an hallucination made by God itself. That night, I then realize I've sold my soul to the devil itself. Just a quick disclaimer: the devil does not have a certain genders in my perspective. So, I don't know if I should consider this woman and woman. I would probably just say woman and entity, because the devil, in my opinion, does not identify as a certain gender, since they're kind of just a god. Not a god, just like a thing. So, honestly, don't know what to call this. I don't know if I should consider this LGBTQ or just generally just like a story, because it's not romance. So, I mean, it is romance sort of, but not really, because she's just an entity that stole her soul. So, sorry, I have no idea what to call this, but that's all for the story. Thank you for listening. Sorry this took me some time to record. I had to buy an actual headphone set for this. So, alright. Thank you.